Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Nicolette Halladay with Inspired Hearts Publishing. I'm so excited, beyond excited today, honestly, to have Hollis Citron with me today with Express Yourself Publishing. And Hollis is a creativity doula. She is the CEO and founder of I Am Creative and Express Yourself Publishing. She is on a mission to open up this definition of creativity and empower adults to see themselves in it. Welcome, Hollis.
Thank you, Nicolette. Hello, everybody.
Hi. So great to have you here. And I'm so excited today to be talking about an upcoming book project that you are putting together, that you're spearheading, called I Love You Because I Love Me Because. And we're going to be digging in to this book and who this is a great opportunity for. But Hollis, welcome. And how are you today?
I am good. Thank you.
Yay.
Feeling really good. Can't believe it's mid-September already. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm good. How are you?
It is. This month is swinging by, and so excited to be talking about this project. Hollis is a dear friend of mine, and before we really dig in, I just want to share some of my favorite things about Hollis. And then we're going to start talking about this book, which I feel like is a great segue because this book is all about talking about what you love in someone else and what you love in yourself. And so some of the things that are so important to me in business, in life, is sincere connections. And Hollis is one of the most sincere and genuine people that I have come across. So just to give you an example, she's the kind of person who will randomly check in with me and say, hey, I just want you to know I see you shining and I'm so inspired by you. Just randomly like messages that I get. And it just makes me like, sometimes, we're doing all the things and it takes someone like Hollis to just take a minute to check in. So I so much appreciate that. She's so down to earth and really wants to inspire creativity in the world. And I think that is such a noble mission. So I'm so grateful to have Hollis here and excited to talk about this book. So Hollis, what made you decide to, what was the inspiration behind I Love You Because and I Love Me Because?
First of all, thank you so much, Nicolette. It's interesting because when you have these topics and just being a human, it can be easy to say these things to other. And then when you hear it to receive, it just, lots of things happen. So I really appreciate that. So this topic of love, it's a deep topic. It's a loaded word, and it just kind of honestly downloaded a little bit about like this whole word creativity, when I'm very much into expanding these words, these societal words that we hear, and expanding them and looking at the deeper meanings, hearing people's stories, hearing various people's perspectives, seeing and hearing it in various ways so people can express, because there's so many different perspectives and stories. So with the topic love, all of a sudden it just downloaded one day. It's like, I want to do something with this word love. And then a friend of mine shared this video of somebody going around and randomly interviewing people. When is the last time you said, I love you? And it was so interesting because some people would go on about stories. One person really stood out to me because they said they'd never said it to anybody.
Wow.
And they said that it's overused. And it just, there's just lots of layers and deepness to it. So in that, of course, going in it with a different angle, I was like, I want to really explore this topic. And when you say I love you, which is person, place, or thing, dive deeper. And then with I love me because, which I know is a challenge to people, because it doesn't come as easily to say things that you love about yourself. I believe there has to be a like before a love. So I like myself because equals love. So when anybody comes into this opportunity, I literally give a kit where there's ways that you can dive in to have more connection and self-awareness. So if you're not sure where to start off, you can build up, scaffold into this concept, and understand that it doesn't have to, you don't have to come in and be like, oh, I love my hair, I love my eyes. It could be, I love me because I deal with difficult situations.
Mm.
I love me because I mess up and I'm
Mm.
not so hard on myself.
Mm. Okay. So there's a few things that I really want to dig into, but let's step a few steps back and just really explain, because this book is a little different, right? So can you explain to us what this book is, kind of what does it mean to participate in this multi-author book, and how does it look different from other opportunities out there?
Yes, thank you. It's actually two books in one. So when I say two books in one, it's literally, I have this right here where, and excuse the the look of this, but gives you the concept. I love me because, and then it opens up, da da da, and then you flip it, and then I love you because.
Mm.
So there's literally two books in one. It is about photography, video, audio, and or words. So there are templates given where there are images dropped in. So it's not a traditional 3,000 chapter or 1,000 chapter multi-author collaborative opportunity. It's where it's about video, audio, and words. So
Mhm.
when someone's turning to a page, it's an experience. And someone said recently, which I was like, oh my God, I never even thought of that. They were like, they could look at a page a day, and it's almost like an affirmation in a sense, where
Mm.
you look at the pictures that the person chose and maybe a short little word blurb or not, go to the QR code, click on, and see and hear the person talking and giving more details. So there's different layers and textures, so you can actually see and hear the person.
Mm. I love the interactive nature, and it just feels like such like this inviting, like coffee table style book that you're just gonna pick up, and then of course have like all the warm like feelings that come along with people who are sharing their heart about what they
Yes,
love and appreciate about someone else, and what they love and appreciate about themselves. So each person who signs up for this opportunity will get a chance to share both, correct?
exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
And there's
Yeah.
different levels that come in. When someone comes in at the more solo experience, then they get 2 pages. When somebody comes into the group experience, they get 4 pages.
Okay, so talk about that solo experience for just 1 second, because I think there might be people who end up watching this who are like intrigued by the idea, but aren't exactly sure what it means for them. So, who is like the best person? First of all, who's the best person? Who are like the best contributors? Who are you looking to call into this book? And then, what does the commitment look like for them?
Yeah, good question. So, who I'm looking for, it really, really varies. I could say entrepreneurs, because it does give you a space. There is a space for you to have your links and to your websites and all your information and all that kind of stuff. But it really is for the person who has something to say on this topic, because it's
Mm,
really about emotion and heartfelt and wanting to share your story. So, you don't
mm,
have to have a business per se at all
mm.
to do anything
Right.
like this. Men, women, it's somebody who, you don't have to be a photographer, but if you have images, or it's somebody who really has just something just that wants to share. It's a wonderful way to honor somebody or some place.
Mm.
And yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm, because I've been thinking about that. I'm like, who is this for? I'm like, it's really for the person who just has something to say in this
Yeah.
area and really wants to share their perspective. And what the solo experience basically means, the different levels, is when someone is like, okay, there's different ways monetarily to come in and the experience. So at the solo experience, which is 333, I provide, if you're doing photography, I provide the templates. I provide a self-love, self-like kit for you. It's, I
Mm.
give you this, I give you the timelines, and then it comes back to me. There's also an option of 500. If people want to write, they can do 500 words and share that way. Then when you go to the group experience, Then you get 4 pages and you have a group, there are workshops, there's networking, there's much more collaboration in that sense. And then
Sure.
there's another level with more one-on-one coaching and more VIP opportunities.
So for the 4-page scenario, that means people are sharing more images, more text, and possibly more like interactive videos. Is that correct? Each one
Yes.
is going to have an opportunity.
Yes.
I just want to say that I think there's probably people here that are going to be watching this that have a desire, how do I want to say this? They have their curiosity, their creativity is a little bit there. It's a little bit of an itch. They have this is an invitation for them to come in and explore their own creative expression through this book and through this topic. And I also want to say that what you think you end up talking about may be the thing, but it may end up going off in some other totally different direction. And how that spirals in your life, how that kind of unravels in your relationships, the things that come about just by intentionally showing up and saying, I'm going to create something around this.
Yeah.
It can be so powerful in so many ways. So people who show up with an open heart, I know they're going to get so much out of just participating
Yes.
in this opportunity. So I just want to say that.
Thank you.
And then the other thing that I think is so valuable about something like this, and I was telling Hollis right before we came on here, is one of the things I appreciate so much about Hollis is that the projects that she spearheads, the things that she's creating, are opening up conversations, big conversations. There's more meaning. She doesn't do something just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
It's really to create this expanded vision and create this opportunity for discussion around these really important
Mhm.
things that are happening. So this is just a perfect example. I love you because I love me because, and like Hollis said, sometimes I love me might be hard, but every single one of us should
Yeah.
know when someone asks what you love about yourself, you should know at least one thing you love about yourself. So if you don't, then you definitely need to get into this book because it's going to give you that opportunity to
Yeah.
really explore it a little bit.
Yeah, thank you for that word exploration. It is very much about exploration. And the people that are in it have talked about and said, I have like really diving into this in a deeper way. It's it's so cathartic and it's just so interesting what comes up. A quick example of like somebody who did her I love you because she showed 2 images. So I provide, like I said, the Canva templates. Again, all you have to do is pop the images in if that's what you choose to do through photography. Um, and she showed her daughter in a wedding dress and
Mhm.
2 versions of it. But her I love you was to her dad. And
Mm.
through the video, she did a little writing blurb. And then in the video, she went on to explain how the wedding dress had been her mom wore it. And she asked, Dad, I love you so much. I wonder how you felt when she walked down the aisle in this dress. And then she wore it. And he
Mm.
walked her down the aisle. How did that feel? And then he
Mm.
suddenly passed, and she didn't get to have closure with him. And
Mm.
now, in her daughter wearing the dress, she sees the dress
Mm.
and thinks about how much she loves him and how much he meant in her life. And she started crying in the video,
Oh.
not saying that everybody's going to be this, but she was vulnerable enough where she
Mhm.
shared her emotion. And you're just watching this, like, oh my God, this is so
Wow.
freaking powerful.
Wow, that gave me goosebumps just as you were explaining that. That gave me goosebumps. And it's saying I have a low connection. Hopefully it's okay. It gave me goosebumps, and I think that it explains it perfectly. The invitation to come in and explore where this path leads you to. So, obviously, we all have access to social media. We all share more than we did before its existence. But how would it feel? What kind of reverence would you bring to a project when it's going to be published in a book?
Mm.
What kind of space are you going to carve out in your life to really consider what I love about me and what I love about someone else? What kind of message are you pouring into this book and out into the world when you sign up for this kind of project? So just a few things that I think are so important to talk about.
Yeah.
So I want to say, okay, so another thing, obviously, some of the networking opportunities and opportunities to connect with people. I think we talk about it a lot, and I don't think people necessarily understand the depths of how these relationships can really develop and what they can mean for people.
Yeah.
So I just want to share an example of Hollis and I, who were in a container together and had gone to this. We went to this, I don't know if workshop, but it was an opportunity to connect. And we had done this visualization. And Hollis is the kind of person who she created this for me
Aw.
because of what I had shared in that container, kind of what I was going through. She mailed it to me with the sweetest note here.
Mm.
And it says, just a little something to have a visual for the mountain, sky, ground, the beauty of all of it. And so these opportunities, this is what this book is going to provide for people who sign up for that higher tiered level of really connection. What kind of people are going to sign up for a book that is talking about love? Those are the people you're going to be connecting with. It's so valuable. And so you get the creativity aspect, you get Hollis, which
Mm.
is the kind of person who is just so sincere and so genuine, guiding you through this process. And you get all these contributors who may become colleagues, friends.
Yeah.
You just don't know where these relationships are going to develop. And you get to touch someone with your own. You get to touch how many readers who receive your message through this book. So valuable.
Mm.
Um, Thank you so much, Hollis. It was so fun to have you. If someone's interested in participating in this book, what would be the best next step for them? And I'll make sure to put it in the comments, and we'll link up
Yes.
all your links. But what do they need to do?
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. I'm so happy that you had that collage image. So thank
Mhm.
you so much for sharing that. I am Creative Philly. So I am creative, PHILLY.com is the website. Find out more about me under Publishing House. Express Yourself Publishing gives more information there, gives a general overview. But for the I love you because I love me because, just email me, contact me, reach right out.
Mhm.
At iamcreativephilly@gmail.com, and I will send you more information as to, I'll give you more of the structure and then the levels to come in at, and just more
Yeah.
description.
Yeah, so check out Hollis's website. There's other opportunities as well as some different projects she has going on, and like I said, everything that she touches is really there's a deeper meaning to what she's doing, and really elevating these words, these ideas, these concepts out into the world. So if that's something that you want to be a part of, that you want to jump in the bandwagon and say, this is a concept I want to get behind. I want to share. I want to add my insights to. So valuable. Make sure to connect with Hollis. Is there anything else? I think we covered pretty much everything. Is there anything that I missed?
I just want to say you don't have to be an expert in these areas.
Hmm.
So I just want to highlight, you don't have to be a photographer, you don't
Hmm.
have to be a writer. You just have the passion to have a say in this
Hmm.
topic. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what it's
And
about.
I want to say that sometimes you sign up for one of these projects thinking, I'm not a writer, I'm not a photographer. And by the end, you see yourself as a writer and a photographer.
Yes.
Sometimes putting on the hat, putting on the jacket of writer or
Mm.
photographer will open up and expand your own vision of yourself. So there's this opportunity in it too. But you don't have to feel like you're like, a professional. This is open
Right.
to people who want to share their ideas and creativity around this topic. I
Yes.
love that so much. I love that you're opening it up to anyone who wants to share in this. I can't wait to see this book come together. It's so amazing. So make sure to reach out to Hollis, check in with her on her other projects. If you're just curious, make sure to check out other things she has going on. She has a lot going on. Check out her website. I don't know. I could rattle it off, but make sure to check in on her. She does have a podcast. She has a TV show. Hollis has got it going on. So make sure to connect with her, and definitely find a way to work with her and get yourself into this book, because I want to read about what you have to say about what you love and what you love about someone else and yourself. So that's all I have. Thank you so much for joining me, Hollis. This was wonderful.
Thank
And
you,
I
Nicolette.
can't wait to see the people coming into this book.
Me too. People are coming in and I want to meet you.
Yep,
So
that's
yeah,
right.
thanks so much.
Awesome. Okay. Bye, everyone.